What up, family? Welcome back to the channel. You already know it's your boy Moose Talks Hoops. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and hit the like button. You already know it's a lot of things in this world that cost, but hitting the like button ain't one of them. Yes, sir. We back. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what to do. Smash that like button and share the video so we can talk some hoops, man. And first and foremost, man, I hope you guys missed me because I missed you guys too, man. Salute to the realest chat on YouTube. I know it ain't many of us, but less is more. So there's plenty of us, man. Salute to everybody in the chat this afternoon, man. Tawan Gant, what up, bro? Leslie Barber, how you doing? My brother from another mother, So Crazy TV. What up, bro, man? Y'all go subscribe to So Crazy TV, man. Salute to my brother Daniel Berry Sports Highlight in the place to be this afternoon, man. Get them likes up. Get them likes up. Smash that like button and share the video. I know I've been gone for the past couple of days offline. Needed a little bit of rest and relaxation. Also, a special shout out to my baby sister who graduated this afternoon and received her bachelor's in business administration. She's a big fan of the show, a former hooper herself. Salute to my baby sister on graduating and getting her bachelor's degree today, man. Smash that like button and share the video. Also, man, salute to you guys once again. You know I've said this before, but we crossed the that 3K subs plateau. We made it past 3,000 subscribers. We on our way to 4,000 subscribers. I need your guys' help. Keep smashing that like button. Keep sharing the video. Also, if you want to donate to the channel, the link to the Cash App is in the description and on your screen, and the link to the membership is in the description as well if you want to become an official family of the channel. Salute to everybody, man. Miss Terry Walsh in the place to be. Shout out to everybody. Julian Pratt, what up, bro? And we got to talk about this, man. My man Kyrie Irving, big announcement today as well. If you guys ain't here, Kyrie Irving made an historical move today. So shout out to Kyrie Irving. He officially signed his father, Dedrick Irving, to a shoe deal with Anta. As you guys know, after Nike dropped Kyrie Irving, he signed with the Chinese shoe company Anta, got a partnership with Anta, and now he has signed his first signature athlete, which is his father, Dedrick Irving, who played at Boston University, played overseas in Australia. Of course, Kyrie Irving was born in Australia. Kyrie Irving, historical move, signs his father as the first signature athlete to the Anta brand for Kyrie Irving. And Dedrick Irving, the father of Kyrie Irving, is set to have a shoe drop on February 25th, I believe, in 2025. His shoe will be dropping in February at all Foot Locker locations. So that's big historical move for Kyrie Irving, especially when it comes to family matters and giving it all to his father with a signature shoe deal, the first of his kind. Smash that like button and share the video for that breaking news of Kyrie Irving signing his father, Dedrick Irving, to Anta, man. Salute to my brother Big Kev in the building. Salute to my brother Goat James in the building, man. We're going to get right into it, y'all, because we got Kyrie Irving set to play in his first NBA Finals since 2017. Once the Dallas Mavericks walk into Boston Garden to take on the Boston Celtics in Game 1 on Thursday, of course, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on ABC. And I'm trying to set a stream up so we can go live during the game, so stay tuned for that. But Kyrie Irving is set to play in his first NBA Finals without LeBron James since 2017, of course, when they played in the finals on the Cleveland Cavaliers against the Golden State Warriors. And his former teammate, LeBron James, admitted just how much he misses playing with the eight-time All-Star Kyrie Irving. And he said on a clip that dropped today from the Mind the Game podcast, LeBron James said, "I'm so effing happy and so proud to watch Kyrie continue his growth." James told JJ Redick on the podcast and also continued to say he's so effing mad at the same time that he's not his running mate. Now, we've heard Kyrie admit that he missed LeBron James and wish he could play with LeBron James. LeBron James pounded the desk for the Los Angeles Lakers to trade for Kyrie Irving when the Nets was trying to dump him. And the Lakers made an offer, you feel me, centered around Russell Westbrook, 2027 first round pick, 2029 first round pick. But we all know that tyrant in Brooklyn, Joe Tsai, was not going to give Kyrie Irving his wish of playing with LeBron James once again and sending him to the Los Angeles Lakers. And he sent Kyrie Irving to the Dallas Mavericks to spite him. And at the end of the day, we all know who got the last laugh. That's Mr. Kyrie Irving himself, as he has the Dallas Mavericks in the NBA Finals. Now, we know LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, they played 3 seasons together. LeBron James went back to Cleveland. They played 3 seasons together, going to 3 straight finals trips, winning a championship, coming back down from 3-1. We all know in that first finals appearance in game 1, that gruesome injury that occurred to Kyrie Irving, where he dislocated and fractured his kneecap. And it had a lot of people wondering exactly that, 2 cents, what could have been. You feel me? And LeBron James continued to speak on Kyrie Irving on the podcast, and he just reminiscing about those times, watching Kyrie Irving cooking these playoffs. You know what I mean? And honestly, the Lakers should be kicking themselves right now for not pulling the trigger on the Kyrie Irving trade. Because the chemistry that those two had was unlike any pairing that LeBron James has had in his past, whether that be Dwayne Wade, whether that be Anthony Davis. There was no duo quite like Kyrie Irving and LeBron James. What one couldn't do, the other one could make up for. There was no overlapping. There was no his turn, my turn. They were playing off of each other, and it was just a beauty to watch. And I think a lot of people took that duo for granted, including themselves. You know what I mean? LeBron James has reflected on that time with Kyrie Irving and realized what he could have did better in that situation. Kyrie Irving has reflected on that time and realized what he could have did better in that situation. And I think right now, those two have a better relationship right now than they did when they were playing together. You feel me? And honestly, LeBron James has been a fan of Kyrie Irving and hasn't stopped being a fan of Kyrie Irving. And in fact, if you remember, when the Lakers could not land Kyrie Irving on the Lakers after that trade deadline trade that Dallas acquired Kyrie, LeBron James told Michael Wilbon on ESPN, and I quote, "I can sit here and say I'm not disappointed on not being able to land such a talent as Kyrie, but also someone that I had great chemistry with and know I got great chemistry with on the floor that can help you win championships in my mind, in my eyes." Now, the Lakers And this is something I want to get into, right? This whole notion that LeBron James is the GM. If LeBron James is the GM, he'd have had Kyrie Irving back. He'd have had Tyronn Lue coaching. I've said this a bunch of times. You know what I mean? And a lot of people blamed LeBron James for Kyrie Irving wanting out. They couldn't fathom the thought, right? Peep game. They couldn't fathom the thought of Kyrie Irving wanting to go on and experience his own career, do things for his own career, do things for his own brand, do things for his own game when he requested that trade from Cleveland. People couldn't fathom that, right? People couldn't fathom Kyrie Irving having his own mind and making his own decision, that they had to blame LeBron James for it. That they had to say, oh, LeBron James and Kyrie Irving is beefing. Kyrie Irving doesn't like LeBron James. And that's exactly not what happened. That's not what happened. And even though Kyrie Irving has came out numerous times and spoken on it, people always ran with the narrative, oh, Kyrie Irving doesn't like LeBron James. Oh, LeBron James and Kyrie Irving have beef. In fact, when Kyrie Irving spilled the beans on why he wanted out, he blamed Dan Gilbert and the Cleveland Cavaliers organization. You feel me? Because the truth of the matter, right? You close on that 2 cents. You close on that. Because the truth of the matter is, Dan Gilbert and the Cleveland Cavaliers had their own plan. And that plan was to break up LeBron James and Kyrie Irving. Once LeBron James and Kyrie Irving got that first championship, Dan Gilbert wanted LeBron James up out of Cleveland. Dan Gilbert wanted to move on from Kyrie Irving once they got that first championship. And Kyrie Irving, if you guys do not remember, you guys could go back to this podcast after we do this stream and you could check out what Kyrie Irving said on the I Am Athlete podcast a couple of years ago when he spoke on the situation. Salute to my love, Life with Shay Maya in the building with the fire emojis. But Kyrie Irving spoke on the situation. And once he found out what was going on behind the scenes, he approached the Cleveland Cavaliers organization and asked them what was their plan. Because they hadn't discussed their plan with LeBron James. They hadn't discussed their plans with Kyrie Irving. They had their own secret plans to break up the bunch. They didn't want to pay guys like J.R. Smith. They didn't want to pay guys like Tristan Thompson, Iman Shumpert. They weren't willing to do what it took to keep a winning team together, which has always been the case. If you remember LeBron James' first tenure with the Cavaliers, Dan Gilbert was focused on making money off LeBron James, not winning titles. Dan Gilbert was focused on making money off LeBron James's back and name and not win titles. That's why he wasn't pressed about surrounding LeBron James with a team in his first stint. He was surrounding LeBron James with guys like J.J. Hickson, Sasha Pavlovich, Ira Newble, Donyell Marshall, Boobie Gibson, a washed-up Wally Zerbiak, a washed-up Ben Wallace, a washed-up 400-pound Shaquille O'Neal. So when Kyrie Irving found that out, he asked the team for a trade. And what did Dan Gilbert do? In the words of Kyrie Irving, Kyrie Irving jumped on a plane to go to China for a Nike tour and had plans of calling LeBron James and telling him all this and putting LeBron James on to game once he landed. But before Kyrie Irving's plane to China landed, Dan Gilbert had already leaked the news to ESPN, saying that Kyrie Irving wanted out. And ESPN, being the toxic media conglomerate that it is, spun the narrative into a fake beef that existed between Kyrie Irving and LeBron James. So now word gets out due to Dan Gilbert and the toxic ESPN media conglomerate that Kyrie Irving wants out of Cleveland. And LeBron James gets surprised with this news on TV. You see the tricks and games the media plays, these owners play, and at the end of the day, their only goal is strictly a plantation-like mentality. Their only goal is to pit brother against brother and make them enemies and create a storyline and create a narrative. That's why NBA discourse has turned into a hate discourse. That's why the NBA discourse has turned into comparisons. This guy's better than this guy. Because they know once you start comparing players, it's only a matter of time before you knock the other guy to raise the level of your guy. We see it all the time on YouTube. People are knock this guy to give this guy love. When you could both show the guy love, you could say, hey, this guy's like this guy. Well, I like my guy better because my guy could do A, Y, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You may say, well, that's cool and all, but I like my guy better than your guy because my guy could do X, Y, Z. It's not like that now. If your guy misses a shot in the second quarter of game 45 in an 82-game season, he's trash. He's dookie. If your guy misses a layup in game 71 of 82, he's trash. He's ass. He's dookie. First Take, look at the topics on First Take. Look at the topics on Undisputed. They're all disruptive. They're all negative. They're all pitting one player against the other. That's all it is. And you're going to see a lot of this tomorrow morning, right? You're going to see a lot of this tomorrow morning. You're going to see it on First Take. You're going to see it on a lot of these talk shows when this video of LeBron James giving Kyrie Irving his flowers, saying how effing mad he is that he doesn't have him as a sidekick. They're going to spin it back into a narrative that they created, the beef between Kyrie Irving and LeBron James, which was never really a beef. It was something Dan Gilbert fed ESPN's toxic media conglomerate, and they ran with it. And you know, the higher ups at ESPN, they did what they do best. They put the battery in the back of none other than Stephen A. Smith. And speaking of Stephen A. Smith, things is going to get bad for Stephen A. Smith. The same people that built him up, the same people that put that battery in his back to go after Kyrie Irving, is the same people getting ready right now to put the battery in the backs of all these new bloods that Stephen A. Smith co-signed and brought on to First Take. And they're the ones that are going to take down Stephen A. Smith. Mark my words. Mark my words. But that's a stream for another day. You feel me? And getting back to this topic, right? This is the greatest what if when it comes to NBA duos. The greatest what if when it comes to NBA duos. LeBron James and Kyrie Irving. You got to think. You got to think. And I remember when Kyrie Irving said they were not on the same page in that 2017 finals. Kyrie Irving said he was going through a lot of things and he had started to isolate himself from the team, and the chemistry was not as great as 2016. And Kyrie Irving says he didn't know how to communicate the things that he was going through during that 2017 season. So he kind of isolated himself from the team. And that showed on the court. Now imagine that. A Kyrie Irving that was going through things, not really locked in, isolated from his team, put himself in self-isolation. They still get to an NBA Finals and play the best team ever created in the 2017 Golden State Warriors. And all those games were pretty much kind of close. A lot of those games were close. And that's with a 73-9 Golden State Warriors team that added Kevin Durant in his prime. That's how great this duo was in LeBron James and Kyrie Irving. And that's why I say it's the biggest what if in NBA history when it comes to duos. What if? Could you imagine LeBron James in his early 30s, still in his prime, playing with this Kyrie Irving? Can you imagine this Kyrie Irving playing with a 31, 32-year-old LeBron James? It'd be curtains for the whole league. Curtains for the whole league. Especially with a head coach like Tyronn Lue and the supporting cast that they had at the time. You know what I mean? And I go back to what Kyrie Irving said a couple of years ago on that I Am Athlete podcast, that the team didn't have the same vision as LeBron James. The team didn't have the same vision as Kyrie Irving. I remember the toxic ESPN media even going as far as trying to blame Kobe Bryant for Kyrie Irving wanting out of Cleveland. You feel me? I remember ESPN trying to blame Kobe Bryant for Kyrie Irving wanting out of Cleveland. Saying, oh, Kobe requested out and he wanted Shaq gone and he wanted to get away from Shaq's shadow. So Kobe somehow finessed Kyrie Irving into wanting to leave LeBron James and wanting to leave Cleveland when that was never the case. When that was never the case. And a lot of the fans, right? A lot of the fans, a lot of the fly-by-night fans, a lot of the casual fans, they fall for these media tricks. They fall for these media tricks. They fall for the media narratives. They don't do their own research. They won't listen to the words that are coming out of the player's own mouth that are involved. They're not going to listen to the words that's coming out from LeBron James's mouth. They're going to call him Cap. They're not going to listen to the words that come out of Kyrie Irving's mouth. They're going to sweep it under the rug like he never said it. And they're going to play off of the toxic ESPN media conglomerate narratives, especially the ones that come from none other than Stephen A. Smith, who's back trying to clout chase off of Kyrie Irving. And you guys know I gave Stephen A. Smith a slight pass because he finally came out and publicly apologized to Kyrie Irving. And I know one thing, I gave him a slight pass because I know the storm that's coming Stephen A. Smith's way. And I don't wish that on nobody. But believe me, we're going to save that for another stream. There's a storm coming for Stephen A. Smith. And that storm is coming within the ESPN headquarters. They're going to use his own people to take him out, the same way they used him to try to take out Kyrie Irving. You feel me? I'll smash that like button and share the video. So you guys are going to see this come out tomorrow when the media gets a hold of this. They're going to spin their own narratives on this. But what a duo. This is the biggest what if when it comes to NBA duos. It's Kyrie Irving and LeBron James. And it's a shame that a tyrant like Brooklyn Nets owner Joe Tsai traded Kyrie Irving to the Dallas Mavericks instead of the Los Angeles Lakers to spite him. But at the end of the day, who has the last laugh? None other than Kyrie Irving. Because he's back dancing his way to the NBA Finals. And wouldn't it be crazy? Wouldn't it be crazy if somehow Kyrie Irving ends up winning NBA Finals MVP in the Boston Garden? I think those racist fans might riot. They might burn down Boston if Kyrie Irving somehow wins Finals MVP in the Boston Garden. It'll be crazy. Salute to my guy Chris in the building. What up, bro? That's a hell of a resume for a duo that only played 3 years together. That's a hell of a duo. 3 years, 3 finals appearances, 1 legendary championship, like my brother Chris just said. And it definitely was sad that Kyrie was injured in 2015 Game 1 because he was cooking that game. If you guys remember, that Game 1 in 2015 went to overtime. And Kyrie Irving was cooking in that fourth quarter. He was cooking Steph Curry left and right, came down the court, made a chase down block on Steph Curry, if I remember right, late in that fourth quarter before he got hurt. Went through a vigorous rehab period after his surgery, came back in 2016, and you've seen what he was able to do at what, 23, 24 years old Kyrie Irving was when they won a championship? Monster Game 5 performance with the season on the line. Game clinching shot, game winning shot in Game 7 on the road. So it's great to see LeBron James, you know what I mean, say that. And I'm sure he means that. We all know LeBron James wanted to have Kyrie Irving in the worst way in a Los Angeles Lakers uniform. If you guys remember that viral tweet that LeBron James put out after the Dallas Mavericks acquired Kyrie Irving, when he said, maybe it's just me, where he felt like the NBA was kind of plotting against him when the Nets wouldn't do the deal with the Lakers. Hell yeah, Kyrie Irving wanted to play in LA. Like I said, Kyrie Irving and LeBron James' relationship is better now than what it was in Cleveland. Hell, even right after the trade. Even right after the trade that sent Kyrie Irving to Boston, what did Kyrie Irving do when he was playing for the Celtics? He called LeBron James. Like, hey, bro, you know what I mean? All the stuff that you were telling me and teaching me in Cleveland is now starting to click. And I'm trying to get these young guys on the same page. I'm trying to find out how to be a better leader for these young guys. It was LeBron James that Kyrie Irving was reaching out to. You know what I mean? You seen Kyrie Irving after he was traded to the Dallas Mavericks last year and they didn't make the playoffs. Where was Kyrie Irving at during the playoffs? At the Lakers game. How do you think he ran into Stephen A. Smith and pulled up on him? When Stephen A. Smith was talking about how Kyrie Irving pulled up on him on person, and Stephen A. Smith apologized to Kyrie Irving, and Kyrie Irving was like, nah, it ain't about me. You got to go apologize to my pops. That was at the Lakers playoff game during the Memphis series. That's where all that happened. But it's great to see LeBron James and Kyrie Irving this close. And it's great to see that the media, especially the toxic ESPN media conglomerate, weren't able to pit these two brothers against each other with the help of Dan Gilbert, the Cleveland Cavaliers owner. Because that was the plan. That was the mission. And when Kyrie Irving was traded, which Dan Gilbert wanted to do, and it worked out for Kyrie because Kyrie was like, oh, well, if this is y'all's plans, I'm out of here. Dan Gilbert knew that was the only way to get rid of LeBron James. Dan Gilbert knew that. He didn't want to pay Iman Shumpert. He didn't want to pay J.R. Smith. He didn't want to pay Tristan Thompson. He didn't want to pay Kevin Love. He didn't want to have to pay Tyronn Lue. What's the easiest way I can get out of this? All right, if we trade Kyrie Irving, if we don't pay all these other guys, LeBron James is going to want out. That was Dan Gilbert's thinking. And they did exactly that. And once Kyrie Irving got a whiff of that plan, he was up out of there. And before Kyrie Irving could pick up the phone and call LeBron James, which was his plan, before Dan Gilbert backdoored Kyrie Irving and leaked the news to ESPN, and ESPN put their narrative on it, Kyrie Irving didn't even have a chance. And you seen what happened. Kyrie Irving goes to the Celtics. LeBron James plays out his 2018 season, and he leaves. And that was all she wrote for Cleveland. And now here Dan Gilbert is back to making money off of guys' names and not really wanting to be a championship contender. Smash that like button and share the video. Guys, we got 100 people in the stream right now. Make sure there's 100 likes on this video, man. Salute to my guy, Goat James, in the building. That was the play all along. That's what Dan Gilbert wanted. That's what Dan Gilbert wanted. That's what Dan Gilbert wanted. The only difference is Kyrie Irving found out and jumped the gun before they could do it. And that's why Kyrie Irving requested the trade and laid out the 4 teams that he wanted to go to. Obi-Wan, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. According to Kyrie Irving, that's not what happened. So unless you calling Kyrie Irving a liar, then I don't know what to tell you. Salute to my man Lexington in the building. What up to the Triple D, man? Anybody in here from Dallas, man? Salute to y'all, man. Y'all smash that like button and share the video, man. And salute to my brother from another mother from Dallas, my brother So Crazy TV. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to So Crazy TV, man. But this is the games these owners play behind the scenes. This is the game the toxic ESPN media conglomerate plays behind the scenes in order for you, the fan, to pit these two brothers against each other. Obi-Wan Kenobi, what proof do you have of that? Because I have proof coming out of Kyrie Irving's own mouth. So what proof do you have of that? This is what I meant by earlier. This is what I meant. When Kyrie Irving says it, they want to sweep it under the rug. When LeBron James says it, they want to call him a liar. But they're running with the ESPN narratives, the toxic media narratives, the same narratives that I told you about that want you to pin these two guys against each other. But he'll get mad when I say ESPN tried to blame Kobe Bryant for it too. He's going to say that's true. Kobe did not say, see, what did I just say? Didn't I say he was going to try to use that narrative? Didn't I say he was going to try to use that narrative when I already talked about that? And this is why you can't pay attention to guys like this, right? This Obi-Wan Kenobi guy, Obi-Wan Kobe. This is why you can't pay attention to guys like this. They'll disregard the truth coming out of the athlete's mouth himself. Somebody that knows Kobe. But they'll run with their own made-up narrative or a media narrative that some guy on TV told them. My source is Kyrie Irving. Who's your source? Kyrie Irving himself said it. Kobe Bryant had nothing to do with me asking for a trade. Kyrie Irving specifically said the Cleveland Cavaliers had a plan not to pay guys and to break up the team. Kyrie Irving said once he found out about that plan, he asked for a trade and he jumped on a plane to China. He planned to call LeBron James once he landed in China, but before he landed, Dan Gilbert had leaked that information to ESPN so they can put their own narrative on it and their spin on it and create a fake narrative that there is a beef between Kyrie Irving and LeBron James. Salute to my man Iron Man 32 in the building. What up, bro? That's exactly what Kyrie Irving said. Now, unless you got some factual proof that you could pull up, because I could pull up my proof. I could pull up my proof. Which, of course, you don't. You just gonna spam the same comment in the chat. weirdo behavior. Weirdo behavior. So once you do weirdo behavior, you got to go. Sayonara, brother. I guess I'll see you next lifetime. But that's what happens, man. That's what happens. Don't worry about it, bro. Don't worry about it, bro. He up out of here. He up out of here. It's facts over fictions over here, man. It's facts over emotion. It's facts over fiction here, man. But that's exactly what happened. Kyrie Irving said he found out that Dan Gilbert and the Cleveland Cavaliers had different plans. They didn't want to keep the team together. They didn't want to pay guys. They wanted to live off that one championship. And he didn't want to be in that. Go James. He didn't want to be in that. He didn't want to be in that tax bubble. He didn't want to pay for a championship team. And Kyrie Irving found that out. So when Kyrie Irving found that out, he had a meeting with Dan Gilbert. And everything I'm saying is straight out of Kyrie Irving's mouth, and you guys can fact check it. You guys can fact check it. So unless you bring in facts, don't make no claims over here. You feel me? Unless you bring in facts, don't make no claims over here. This is exactly what Kyrie Irving said. He said he found out the plans of Dan Gilbert and the Cleveland Cavaliers. He had a meeting with them. He asked them to their face what it is. And I know exactly who this guy is. I know exactly who this troll is. I know exactly who that troll is. He got about 24 accounts. I guess he thinks he's honoring Kobe by having 24 different YouTube accounts to spam the same stuff. You know what I mean? And salute to my wrench gang. If you see that guy come back spamming the same stuff, just get him up out of here. Don't even go back and forth with that troll. Just get him up out of here. But yeah, that's exactly what happened. Kyrie Irving called the meeting with the Cavaliers once he found out their plan. You feel me? And Go James, if you remember, it took a while for J.R. Smith to get that deal after they won the championship. If you remember, J.R. Smith was late to training camp because he was holding out. You feel me? J.R. Smith was late to training camp because he was holding out for a deal. Tristan Thompson was holding out for a deal. And Kyrie Irving said he found out the Cleveland Cavaliers' plan was not to win. And Kyrie Irving said, if the Cleveland Cavaliers are not trying to win, then let me get up out of here because I got my own stuff to chase. If I'm doing all this sacrificing and the organization is not about winning, what the hell am I sacrificing for? This is what Kyrie Irving was saying. Kyrie Irving was saying everybody on the team was sacrificing because the goal was championships. But the ownership group, their goal was not championships. So Kyrie Irving is looking around like, well, why the hell am I going to sacrifice if the goal is not winning the championship? If the organization is not sacrificing, how do you expect their players, their coaches to sacrifice? So Kyrie Irving met with the Cleveland Cavaliers. He asked them directly in their face, what is y'all's plan? They let him know what the plan was. And all Kyrie Irving did was get up out of there a year early. That's all he did. Kyrie Irving gave them a list of teams that he wants to be traded to. Kyrie Irving said he wanted to keep this on the hush-hush. Kyrie Irving said he was going to talk to Bron as soon as he landed in China. He left the Cleveland Cavaliers meeting. jumped on a plane to China, and before he could land, ESPN had already got a hold of it because of Dan Gilbert, and they already put their own spin on it. So now you got LeBron James finding out from ESPN that Kyrie Irving wants out because Dan Gilbert wanted to create that rift, wanted to create that beef so he doesn't look like the bad guy. Why do you think these guys on ESPN never hold the ownerships accountable? You ever wonder why these guys never talk bad about owners? In any sport, baseball, NFL, NBA, they never talk bad about the owners. You know why? The owners are the ones greasing their pockets. You ever heard Stephen A. Smith, that's not even a Cowboys fan, ever talk bad about Jerry Jones? Stephen A. Smith, the biggest Cowboy hater. He's not even a Cowboy fan. He's the biggest Cowboy hater. You'll never, every time he talks about Jerry Jones, he's glazing. He's glazing. You ever hear Woj or any of those guys? Hold on one second. You ever hear Woj or any of those guys saying anything bad about ownership groups and this and this and that? Because they're the guys greasing their pockets. They're the guys, they're the sources. Look at Joe Tsai with the Brooklyn Nets. Look at Joe Tsai with the Brooklyn Nets. Who turned the media against Kyrie Irving? Chat. Again, I ask you, who turned the media against Kyrie Irving? It wasn't the fans. It wasn't the players. It was Joe Tsai, the owner of the Brooklyn Nets. Because he didn't want Kyrie Irving to get a 4-year, $100 and something million extension. He didn't want to pay Kyrie Irving. So what's the best way not to pay Kyrie Irving? You destroy his value. You destroy his value. And he traded Kyrie Irving after he destroyed Kyrie Irving. He didn't even care about what he got back for Kyrie Irving. Look at the cost that Kyrie Irving went for in that trade. Kyrie Irving got traded for Dorian Finney-Smith, Spencer Dinwiddie, who the Lakers just picked up after the trade deadline for basically free. In the buyout market. This is who Kyrie Irving was traded for. Any other GM, any other president would have lost his job if he made that trade. And that's how you know it was a trade made by Joe Tsai and not Sean Marks. Because why in the hell, if you're an owner, would you plummet your own player's trade value and then get back a return of Dorian Finney-Smith and Spencer Dinwiddie and some second-round picks for Kyrie Irving? In the words of LeBron James, the most skilled NBA player he's ever seen. And Joe Tsai is the one that was feeding ESPN all this stuff to attack Kyrie Irving. The same way Dan Gilbert was the one feeding ESPN to create this fake beef that they said existed between Kyrie Irving and LeBron James. And you guys keep falling for the banana in the tailpipe. You guys keep letting the toxic ESPN media conglomerate cloud your judgment and cloud your brain. Smash that like button and share the video. I'm going to look into that right now, Go James. I'm going to look into that right now. Because if it's true, then that means the drama's going to pop tonight. If that's true, the drama's going to pop, is going to pop tonight. And Go James, that's what it's looking like. It ain't official yet, but it's going down. It's going down. Y'all smash that like button and share the video. We got some breaking news. We coming right back with some breaking news, y'all. Smash that like button and share the video. We coming back with some breaking news. Stay tuned. Keep them notifications up, man. We about to get up out of here for now, man. Salute to the chat. Get them likes up. Share the video. You already know, once again, it's your boy Moose Talks Hoops, man. I guess this thing is going to be official, y'all. We're going to get right into it, man. I'm coming right back, man. Salute to the realest chat on YouTube. It ain't many of us, but less is more, so there's plenty of us, man. God damn, it's about to go. It's about to get wild, y'all. We coming right back, man. Once again, you already know it's your boy Moose Talks Hoops. Like I always say, if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and hit the like button. You already know. It's a lot of things in this world that cost, but hitting the like button ain't one of them.